Hey everyone, it's Baron from Attack Interactive, and in this video I'm going to be covering the behavior section of Google Analytics. And as usual, I'm at the overview page of the selected category of the section, which is the behavior. And once again, I'm making sure which dates I'm viewing. So in this case, it's a year of period that we are getting the data from. So we have our graph chart over here as usual. And once again, it goes back in time. It shows us every month, and every page views belongs to that month. So I'm gonna start with explaining what page views is. So if I'm the user and visit the web page, and let's assume I went to the contact page 5 times and went back to the home page and went to the products page 5 more times. So what page views does is it counts every page. So if I go to the home page and refresh it 5 times, it's gonna count 5 page views. As it says, it's the total number of pages viewed. And what's the difference between the unique page views and the page views is that the unique page views, it's not going to count the duplicated pages. I mean, if I go to the home page and refresh it 5 times, it's still going to count it 1 page view. So this is more unique than the page views, and might give you a better understanding of how many times a page got viewed. Other than that, we have the average time on page, which is pretty obvious. Our users spent averagely 2 minutes on a specific page or set of pages. The bounce rate is, once again, it's the if your visitors enters a page and leaves the page without interacting, or the user left the site on the page they got in, that is the bounce rate. So in a year, we have 66% bounce rate on our site. This is good if it's below 50. I mean, it's not supposed to be a bad thing if you have a higher bounce rate, because at the end of the day, it depends on your site, what your site is doing. If you have just a contact page where your users can get your company information, then obviously the bounce rate is going to be a lot. They can go to your contact page, take the number, and leave. This is not supposed to be a bad thing. So, and that percentage of exit is the number of exits divided by number of page views. So it means how often users exit from the page or set of pages when they view. So which page they got exited from, how many what's the percentage of exits divided by page views. In this case, it's 45%. And as usual, on the lower part of the page, we have this section where you can kind of fast forward every content here. It gives you this fast information. If you choose so, you can choose to select these and change these to see different data coming from your site. I'm not gonna go into this since I'm gonna be covering them individually. So talking about behavior, what behavior is, what is your user's behavior, and also it's your site's behavior as well, because it shows speed and inside search data, as well as what your users are doing on your site. So once again, as just like the rest of the users flow and the rest of the flow pages, behavior flow once again shows you what your users do when they get into the page. So if we click on the first landing page box and highlight the traffic through that, so what this means is, what I highlighted is, so our users got into the home page. The starting page in this case is the home page, and the flow shows where they went after that. So some of them went to contact page, some of them went to about page, and the rest of them went to other pages. And then what happened after the contact page is, some of the users went to products page, and some of them kept on viewing the contact page, and it goes so on. So what this is, it's kind of a map of your users' behavior. So let's go to the site content page. What is going to happen over here is it kind of shows which of your site's pages are more popular in between them. So in this case, our home page, if you see a slash, it's going to be your home page. What it does is, our most popular page is our home page in this case. In total of 6,000, more than 6,000 page views have been created from our home page, and then it's the products page, contact page, um, contact with the contact request page actually, and the contact page is number 5th. It kind of shows you some statistics, how many page views came from that specific page, how many unique page views, average time on page, the bounce rate, exit rate. I mean, we have 63% exit rate from our home page. So you can check these data and try to come up with a conclusion that why does this page have a high exit percentage or high bounce rate. As I said, it's not supposed to be a bad thing if you have a higher exit rate on that specific page, because normally your users can exit from your home page. That can happen as well. So also we have the content drill down, which shows the same thing in page path level, by the page path level. So maybe it's going to be easier for you to see it this way. Also, you can always remember, you can sort these out according to which numbers you want to be sorted out. The landing pages is going to show us which page our users went to, which page had more landings than the other pages. It kind of shows us the same statistics. It's divided by the behavior and the acquisition in this case, and we have the conversions, which we're not using it. So also we have the exit pages. It kind of shows us in detail which pages has got exits by how many users and so on. This is also useful. You can once again sort them out. Let's jump to the site speed, and which shows us useful information over how fast is our site, information like that. So if you go to the month view, once again it shows us the average page load times. It's high on January, and it was lower before. So if we changed our content and if we put high-sized, like high-end size images, it might have affected our site. So we can come up to a conclusion where maybe we need to change the image sizes, stuff like that. So once again, in a year, we had average page load time is 8 seconds, and redirection time is 0.20. Lookup time, server connection time, server response rate, and page download time. These are also some useful information that might help you out if it's a large company, a large web page. These numbers matter a little bit more than the average, like small pages. Once again, it shows us the average page load time by browser. Over here, the Internet Explorer has been the fastest to view our page. Also, we can sort it out by the country speed. The Sweden had access to our page the fastest, for example. Once again, this is spread out on the left, so I'm not gonna go into detail anymore and click on page timings, the one we just viewed. You can also have a graph of this. So in this page timings page, it gives us information. It kind of like shows us the average load time and tells us this page is overloading. I mean, the contact page is slower than the average load time, and these are lighter than the average load time. So you might want to check your contact page, the sizes of the images, or what is making things run slower. Same goes with the home page. So this is pretty useful to do that. Also, Google provides some speed suggestions. Yeah, so we have 7 speed suggestions for our home page. Let's check that out, what they provide us. It kind of gives us suggestions we might apply, or it might not apply for your page. So let's wait for it to complete and let's see the suggestions. So it says reduce server response time, optimize images, also some other stuff you can consider fixing. This might help your site once again, and you can also click on show how to fix button, where it gives you a little bit more detail over what you can do. Let's keep up with user timings, where we can see the average user timing, but right now we don't have data for this. This is also if your site is not a huge site where it has thousands of, maybe millions of viewers, this is not going to be, probably not going to be useful for you. This is for large companies and large sites which receives heavy traffic. So also, I'm not going to get into the detail in events, but you can create events and get data and view data from your events. This is for detailed training. I'm going to jump to Adsense for that reason. Adsense is the advertisements you can get from Google, which you show advertisements or links of other pages from Google, and if your visitors click on those links, you can collect money from Google using your site, using the advertisement on Google, which is called Adsense. You can apply from Google's page, and if you have that in your page, you can always overview those information, those data from your analytics account. So also, experiments is kind of a detailed subject for this video, but you can create some experiments and view the data from that. And finally, we have the in-page analytics, which is useful because it takes your site, it shows your site, and it takes a little bit time to load it, because I'm not sure if I should wait for that, because sometimes it even fails. You have to try a couple of times, but what it does is it loads your page. So over here we're gonna have a full your page in full view. And okay, there has been a problem. Let's try to load it in the full view, but I doubt it. So I'm gonna make that wait on the other page, and I'm gonna go back to our actual page. And what is gonna happen is, let me actually check. Okay, it didn't work. Normally what it does is, when I go over this logo, it shows us how many people clicked on this logo and how many people viewed the other page, that the targeted page that comes from this image over here. Same goes with the links. It kind of put this statistics on top of the links and shows how many users clicked on those and what happened. So we just came to the end of this video. Once again, it's Baron from Attack Interactive, and thank you for watching this video.